by that grade, not the name of the sector. That's the difference. Some of people just elementary grade 1 and 2 are going to the primary. Which curriculum are we using? The curriculum are written by age group, not by name of the sector, elementary, primary. So the same curriculum are to be used. The teachers, our elementary teachers, will continue to teach grade 1 and 2 in the primary. And they will be paid by the elementary positions. Those teachers, elementary teachers, technically, they are disqualified to be paid on the primary positions because they don't have a diploma in teaching primary. That you must understand and explain to them. You will be part of the primary and teach grade 1 and 2, but your salary will continue to come from the elementary position until and unless you upgrade yourself and get a diploma in teaching primary. Then you will no longer continue to teach grade 1. You won't be a specialist grade 1 and grade 2 because you obtain a diploma in primary teaching. You can teach grade 3, 4, 5, 6, and you will be paid on the primary position. Teaching Service Commission has allocated some training positions or institutional positions for teachers to go on training for each sector, elementary, primary, secondary, and so on. Identify how many of those positions are available, and you start utilizing those positions, and those elementary teachers who wish to go and upgrade their qualification to diploma use those training positions, teaching service positions, which means while they are on training at the teachers college, they won't go off that payroll. They will continue to be on that payroll using those teaching service commission approved training positions. So it comes back to us as leaders. We need to identify who are the elementary teachers who are ready to go. Some of them will not want to go. Of that group, some of them will come out and say, I want to go for training. Okay. If they say whether to find a place here in Balo Teachers College or elsewhere and they are accepted, release them to go for that training and put them on those Teaching Service Commission approved training positions. They continue to be paid. They go and get the qualification and come back. It's all about growth in the system. Human capacity, developing the human capacity. When people are ready to take on the challenge, we are in the position of authority to make decisions, use those available avenues, make decisions, allow them to go. Sooner or later, when you start doing this, you will find the number of elementary schools will decrease. Number of elementary schools will decrease. We are not doing this, that's why we say implement abolition of elementary, and we are still holding on to it because we have not released the E1 and E2 to go into primary. It doesn't cost money to use it. Now you may come across an elementary school somewhere in the bush or a primary school somewhere in the bush where they can't continue. That's when you bring it to Mr. Kawange and the team to say that we have to request to grow this school bottom up. From elementary, we will take in grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, up to grade 6. So, do a submit and bring it to Mr. Kawange and the team and get the approval, tell the community, we will now take, from elementary, we will now take grade 1 next year. Yeah, awesome. Slowly, if it's in the bush, they will bush matrix resource there. But you must go and start the school first. Don't wait for the money. Slowly, the school and the community will put it on their sleep plan, and slowly they'll put one building. It may be same payment for us. Roofing iron, a wall, and repeat go. Primary schools, it's easy to read quickly than high school. We will base on reality, think reality, what can happen. The next one is abolish our elementary. How are we going to do that? Does this need money? In a staff meeting, when you discuss this, does it cost anything? Doesn't cost any money at all. Or in your office, when you are sitting down and one board chairman and one head teacher comes, they start talking about it, and when you are talking about it, you try to help them understand how to do it. It doesn't require money. So you, as a leader, you have to list down all the activities that you wish to do. I'm using elementary abolishing or elementary exit as an example. And you list all the activities into these three categories. No money, little money, big money, or less money, more money. List them down. You'll find that most of the activities will come into the first two categories, and you will do it. Bigger deals, bigger implementation activities will require some more money. And these are the ones that the team will sit down together. It may align with your professional education implementation plan. And you bring it forward to Mr. Kawange and the team, and this is what will require money. Money. And that's where it shuts them off. It kills their interest, enthusiasm, motivation is gone. So if you sit down there, so come to the office, play around with the paper, watch it, move in the morning, story what those ones start 4 o'clock, you don't read that. And we are paid for doing nothing. The government is paying us for doing nothing. That money no can't pay for me. Like give me 100%. And our output daily is less compared to the money we receive. So, what are we going to do? We start talking with our community elementary. Current now we say E1 and E2. E1 and E2 should now move into the primary. But if the school is closer to the primary, they remain at the elementary. But they are grade 1 and 2 of the primary. During this clustering now, when you do, you will identify which of those schools, which of these elementaries, you will let them go quickly. Those who are walking distance or long way, you've got to think about the next lot of strategy. But those schools who are closer to the primary school, you should by next year should change. This elementary, this elementary, this elementary, your E1, E2 are now grade 1 and 2 of this primary. It doesn't cost any money. You make the decision for them to implement by saying that they are grade 1 and 2 of this primary school. Let's use their primary. How many elementary schools are figured to get?
5.
5 of them. If the classrooms cannot cater to take everyone from the 5, what's the next approach can we take? Maybe in the elementary schools, use that classroom. But administrative authority, it comes from the primary. The elementary teachers will continue to teach their E1 and E2, but they will come under the primary administration supervision. That doesn't cost any money at all. It's a simple thing for us to do administrative arrangements for this to happen, but we are sitting down and waiting for that money to come. Province already will release their grade E1 and E2 into the primary and they become part of primary already. But we were not thinking, if we waiting, money can't pass in by anymore. You identify all the elementaries now. During this beginning of clustering, and you start making this map out and say, this grade 1, grade 2, E1 and E2 will fit into this primary. This one, they can't go in because the primary does not have their classroom. So they'll remain there, but they are part of the primary. And the primary will now start to put them into their sleep plan and start to build an additional classroom slowly. Eventually, all the 5 feeder elementary schools of Hamburg will eventually move into Ahmadiyya. So this comes into the third category, which needs money. So which means we need to plan it, we need to source it, and do it well. But while we are doing that, they continue to remain in the elementary schools, but they are now part of the primary. So the money part will come in building additional classrooms. That's the last thing.